Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, JTOBA Stuff. Today, guys, we are going to be taking a look at something really cool. We are going to be taking a look at these Transformers Mix Mashers. Now, I picked up Optimus Prime and Megatron, but there were several other Transformers that you could collect, from Bumblebee to Starscream. So lots of them that were dropped at my local Target with some of the new toys that came out. We're going to open these up today. We're going to try to mix mash them and see what we can create out of these two. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know I'm not a huge Transformers fan as far as the actual Transformers themselves. I don't like the idea of transforming the toys, especially the modern ones that are plastic. They're not that easy to figure out. I've always said I love the Transformer characters, but I would love them in figure form. Here we go. We have got them in figure form, and not only that, they can switch pieces. So that sounds like something really cool. We're going to get into this today. We're going to figure out what we think of it. We're going to leave a little bit of a review here on this video and let you guys know whether these are worth going out and picking up for yourself. So I think I'm going to start with Optimus Prime because I'm really looking for that at Megatron, so I'll leave him for second. We're going to open up this Optimus Prime, and while I'm opening this up, guys, do me a favor. Wherever you have to go to subscribe to the channel, could you do that for me? I would really appreciate it. It's the best way to support the channel by liking and subscribing to the videos, and it's the best way to help me reach my goal of 20,000 subscribers by 2025, the end of 2025. I think we're gonna maybe make it. We'll see. Maybe we can, but with your help, I know we can definitely make it. So thanks to everybody that has subscribed, and thank you to those of you who will. All right, we are, let's see. Okay, that kind of pulls off the back now. And there you see everything that kind of is on the inside. So this should, there we go, pops out just like that. Now there is a little pamphlet right here. Let's see, just seems like a lot of legal things. Yep, so nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. And that is what comes in the package. So that is really kind of cool. I guess you just have to kind of figure this out. There are no real instructions of how to put them together or figure them out. So let's see, we'll get into it. Let's go ahead, and we're gonna obviously always cut away from ourselves. We're gonna cut these little plastic pieces. All right, any more on Optimus up there? I don't think so. Now these little guns, I think we can probably slide out without having to cut anything. We'll find out here in one little second. Yep, that one came right out. That one came right out. This one, oh, it does have a little plastic on the back there. Really hard to see, so get that one out. This large gun comes out pretty easily. Oh, interesting. The leg is like completely separate there. That is really neat looking. All right, let's cut this one and this one. That is really weird. All these pieces just like popping out all over the place. I guess you could just put them together however you wanted to. Let's see. I'm not seeing, oh, there is one. It was so blended in so well that I didn't even see it there. And one more here. All right. Now that should be it. All right. And get his head out of there. His arm. And this part of his leg as well. That is a lot of little pieces that you can mix, mash, and put together, or I should say match and put together. I'll probably say mash about 20 times in this video because mix mash kind of just goes fairly easily, rolls right off the tongue. But now I know that they also make Star Wars figures like this and Marvel characters as well. So lots to choose from. And this is basically what you get. You get a torso, and these little clips clip into various pieces, as you can see here. So if you wanted to pop that arm off, pretty easy to do that. And then to pop it right back on. Now I noticed some of the Marvel ones had different heads that you could, like, in the package with it. This one did not. It only has Optimus's head in it. So we'll go ahead and put his head on there, and he has a little bit of articulation. And once it's on there, you can twist his head left and right and then forward and back just ever so slightly. So we're going to build the traditional Optimus Prime first. We'll do that. We'll get his leg on here. And let's see. Let's get his feet on, or his legs, I should say. That is really, really cool. As you can see there, they kind of twist. There's lots of articulation here. So you could pose these in so many different ways. It's really, really a neat idea. Those guns, those little blasters, they fit in there. They're not really all that tight in his hand, though. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if they're made to kind of go like this. Yeah, they fit in all these little holes on the side of his arm. So you can, instead of putting them in his hand, you just put the blasters on his arms. That's really cool. Let's see. That is awesome. All right, now there's this large, like, blaster or gun, whatever, right here. This one is really interesting. Let's see if we can figure this out. Like, this must be, you could replace his arm in general. Like, you could just have a cannon arm. That is wild. Really cool though, but wild. Then you also have this part right here, which is interesting. I'm not sure exactly where this part would go. It has a little thing right there. I guess that would go, you could put this on his arm right here. Huh. Trying to figure out if this goes down in there. Let's see. It doesn't really fit down in there, but you can kind of get that on there. Weird. There's also a hole on the back side here that I guess you could, nope, that doesn't really fit on there either. He definitely has little things that go on his arm like this. So like for this one, we'll get the corresponding hand. So this you could put right over the top there to kind of change the look of his arm. That is really cool. So you can add both of those. That is a really neat look. So I'm guessing these must be for his legs, but, oh, there you go. I just figured it out. There is a hole right there that fits right into and then that clips kind of in the side, and check that out. So he has just really leveled up his bulkiness in a big time way. So that's pretty cool. Look at that. And they display really nicely. They're easy to stand up. Now this part, this is also, looks like it would fit maybe where you could replace one of his hands. So let's take a look. There's no other holes on these. You could still put a blaster in his hand. Doesn't fit tight in his hand in that form, but let's take these back off again. These yellow parts are really cool, but I love the traditional look of the Optimus Prime. So let's take these yellow pieces off, Put those right over there, and let's try this. Let's pop his arm off here. Let's put this thing on. And then check that out, guys. A little bit of a axe, a little sword action. That is really cool. Absolutely the coolest. Now, if you wanted to, you could turn it out like this and still do a gun, I guess, as well. This does not, unless I'm just missing something, I can't turn this. But I guess you could always, to make it fit better, like that. Oh, there we go. That is nice. Now his head is kind of loosey-goosey on there. That is one thing I will say. Now these, oh, I did not want to break that. I was just trying to separate it just a little bit to create a little more tension to hold his head on there better. But that is really cool. Absolutely love it. Put this hand back on. Let's try that. And then we'll put this guy. Oh no, let's do this. We'll take his arm off here. Put this guy on there. Check that out. Really, really cool, guys. All right. For the time being, we're going to make him standard Optimus Prime. So when he meets his old frenemy Megatron, he'll look fairly normal, which I love. Just this normal, quote unquote, Optimus Prime looks really awesome. We'll put all of that over here. Whoa. And now we're going to open up this Megatron. I absolutely love the look of this Megatron. I really wish that it had more of kind of like that old school Megatron kind of gun look, I guess. But when you look at it on the back, I think we're going to be able to achieve a little bit of that look with this figure. And that is my favorite Megatron of all time. So that is going to be neat to be able to kind of recreate that just a little bit even. All right, now this one, our last one, kind of came right out of here like this. I will have a video coming up. I did go ahead and purchase a couple of the Marvel characters. You're gonna have to keep watching to find out which ones I picked up. And then after I open those up, we'll try to mix all of the Marvel and Transformer figures together and see what we can come up with. Now this figure, look at all the stuff you get in with this. This is really cool. Now these run about $20 a piece, but look how much you get and the playability. I mean, just right there, we spent a good 5 to 6 minutes just switching parts out, much less even the pretend play that you can have with the battles and things that these guys could have with each other. All right, let's see. We'll go ahead and clip as many of these little plastic pieces as we see. Try to get this one out and take a really, really good look at it. Let's see, can we get that sword out without, maybe? There we go. This little guy comes out pretty easily. Now look at this one. This is weird. This one has like a really rubbery feel to it. Look at this. That is awesome. What an awesome, awesome piece to be included with this. Now, looks like a piece here. We've got a clip. A piece right, well, there. And should be able to get his arm out here. And I don't think there's any more plastics on there. Let's see. Oh, look at that. That is really cool. And one more blaster right up here. All right. So let's take a look at this guy now. let me do this first. I'm going to scoop all these little plastic pieces kind of over, out of the way. All right, and we'll put all these pieces back out in the middle with our Megatron, and we'll do the same thing. We're gonna build as close to the classic Megatron as we can build. That is just really, really cool. All right, we had a little thigh piece. There it is. Oh, that was a nice tight fit there. And arm. And there you have kind of as close as you're going to get to like a classic looking Megatron figure. Really, really neat. He does have some mobility to his head left and right. Now, look at this, guys. This is what I saw on the package that I thought was so cool. Kind of gives you that idea of that old school Megatron. Check that out. Now, if you wanted to, you could still, look at this. You could really weaponize this guy to just the hilt here. Look at him. Blasters everywhere. He's got a sword, which is really cool. This actually does fit in his hand very nicely. And let's see, it's like this. Oh, check this out, guys. Look at how many weapons he can hold at one time. Optimus Prime better be careful. That is wild. But now I want to see this piece over here. I am really thinking this is going to look awesome. Check this out, guys. Let's see. Like this, maybe? Look at that. That is such a cool weapon. I would love to see more toy manufacturers include stuff like this. Look at that. That is really cool. You're going down, Optimus. Whoa. Now, Optimus's head was not very tight on him, but for Megatron to knock his block off right off the go there, that's kind of crazy. But look at how cool this Megatron is. Take that sword out of his hands. He has more of a gun look there. Look at that. What a great, great pose. Absolutely love it. But here is where the fun comes in. Now, we did not check out this. Let's check out these real quick. You do also get these little, almost like tank treads. So Megatron can become basically like a little rolling weapon. But these, I don't really love all that much. I'm just being honest. I don't like that they shorten the figure down the way they do. I'm going to stick with legs, but you know what? It's time, guys. What do you say we do an Optimus leg on one side? And you know what? Let's do a Megatron leg on this side. That is cool. Now let's say Optimus really likes, whoa, wait a minute. Prime arm. Optimus gets the old whip arm there. Optimus also is going to procure, if you will, this little piece of mech from Megatron. Got to get him a leg though, so let's go ahead and give him a leg to stand on with a Megatron leg. So now he's almost split down the middle. Megatron, Optimus with a Megatron weapon. But Let's do the ultimate switch out. Now see, these right here were not spaced all that well when I pulled this out of the package. Now you might be able to fix that somehow by putting a little spacer in there and leaving it for a little bit, but it's not the easiest to fit on there and have it stay, but there you go. Megatron on Optimus's body. Optimus gets switched over. That is a really cool look, but he knows to defeat Megatron, he's going to need all the firepower he can get. So he goes back to the well for this guy right here. So now he is really ready for Megatron. And to top it all off, maybe, just maybe, he goes back into his big yellow boots. Let's leave him like this. What do you guys think about these? I absolutely love them. The playability, the way you can just switch things around, really, really awesome, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. This has been the Transformers Mix Mashers. Megatron and Optimus Prime. And we will all see you on the next great toy opening video.